What's driving markets? Welcome to Market Take. Each week, we'll bring you our insights on the latest market and economic trends that are impacting investments. I'm your host, Michel Dilmanian, portfolio strategist at the BlackRock Investment Institute. This week, we discuss how investors can capture solid sources of income without taking more interest rate or credit risk. Higher for longer policy interest rates make this the best backdrop for earning income in bonds in 2 decades. We favor a mix of income sources. Yields slid after the financial crisis as central banks slashed policy rates and bought bonds. This left investors starved of income unless they took risk in long-term bonds. Now that interest rates have settled above pre-pandemic levels, some 80% of global bonds offer yields above 4%. That's made short and medium-term bonds more attractive. Another source of income? Converting returns for foreign bonds into US dollars. That strategy takes advantage of the wide gap between higher interest rates in the US and those in other countries. We also look for quality income. Credit is attractive even with historically tight spreads. Spreads have been largely steady this year, even with the equity volatility. And balance sheets have held up with resilient growth. Yet the gap between 5 and 30-year US Treasuries has more than doubled since January, with the yield curve at its steepest in 4 years. Why? Investors are demanding more compensation for the risk of holding long-term debt. We stay selective as we see risks that could push up on long-term yields, especially fiscal sustainability. We upgraded emerging market debt in local currencies to neutral as it withstood US trade policy shifts. And we went overweight US agency mortgage-backed securities as we see wider spreads and steepening yield curves drawing back buyers. Here's our market take. We like a mix of income opportunities but stay selective due to fiscal sustainability risks. We like short and medium-term bonds and Europe over the US. We also like US agency mortgage-backed securities, currency-hedged international bonds, and local currency emerging market debt. For details, read our weekly market commentary. Go to www.blackrock.com/weekly-commentary. Thank you for tuning in. If you've enjoyed this episode, subscribe to Market Take wherever you get your podcasts.
This material is intended for informational purposes only and does not constitute investment advice, a recommendation, or an offer or solicitation to purchase or sell any securities, funds, or strategies to any person in any jurisdiction in which an offer, solicitation, purchase, or sale would be unlawful under the securities laws of such jurisdiction. The opinions expressed are as of the date of publication and are subject to change without notice. Reliance upon information in this material is at the sole discretion of the listener. Investing involves risks. BlackRock does and may seek to do business with companies covered in this podcast. As a result, listeners should be aware that the firm may have a conflict of interest that could affect the objectivity of this podcast. For more information, visit blackrock.com.